Welcome back, and in this video we're going to go through the create a job page. Okay, so first things first, when we land on this page we have a form, and this form has the attribute of post form, and you'll also see that it has a webhook URL over here. Okay, so that webhook URL coincides with this webhook over here to create a job post. So if you are changing that webhook URL in Make, please make sure it corresponds here as well. More to that, we have a code embed within that form that just essentially gives us the member ID of that logged in member. Okay. And then on the page itself, if you just open this up to the settings, scrolling all the way down to the body tag, you'll see that there is one script, which essentially will trigger posting limits based on a recruiter's plan. So how this template is set up is to, when a recruiter is on the starter paid plan, they'll have 5 jobs that they can post within the month. And if they're on the pro plan, they have unlimited jobs that they can post. This script over here just essentially checks for if the logged in user is a recruiter and they have this starter price ID tied to their data, then it will set limits on the form. Another thing to note with this script is that it also works with the Wized request of load recruiters job posts. And this is so that when Wized loads the recruiter's job posts, we will be able to see if that recruiter has over 5 posts so that we can show the limits. So by limits, I mean that when a recruiter has over 5 jobs or has posted 5 jobs in a month, they'll be able to see this. This modal will pop up, and then that form in the background will also be disabled. So when this request loads on this page, load recruiters job posts over here. Yeah, when this request loads on this page, this script will run and then check if that recruiter has over 5 jobs posted. Okay, so the name of that request is referenced in the script. So if you are renaming that request, please be mindful that it is also present in the script. Okay. So now just to show you how that looks like, if I have over 5 job posts attached to me in that month. So we are in the month of June. That means I only have 1 currently right now. So if I duplicate this, just duplicate that job record. So that's 2, that's 3, 4, and that's 5. And then if I go back to Wized, currently this is active and I can post more jobs. If I refresh this page, you'll see that it's loading all of my recruiter job posts. And in a month, I've exceeded my limits of 5 job posts. So that's why I will see this container. Even if a recruiter closes it, they still won't be able to submit a job because this form has been disabled. If I go back to a table and I just clear all of those records again, and then I refresh the page, now that request is loading and I only have 1 job post in that month. So I can still post jobs under my starter plan because the logged in recruiter is on the starter plan. And that should be it for the create a job form. Actually, there is just on this page, this form itself does have, if I'm not mistaken, it's over here. That form has the attribute of job post form, and then this modal over here also has a Wized attribute of job post limitations, and then those two are referenced in the script over here, right here. So it will search for those 2 elements on the page and be able to set the limits. Okay, that's it for the create a job page. Now we're going to go to the settings page for a recruiter, and that is pretty straightforward because this is a Memberstack profile update page. and it just has the attribute of data ms form equals profile. And it's pretty straightforward. The user can update their information, and all of these input fields do have the data ms member attributes tied to that as well. And that brings us to the last video in our advanced job board template. Okay, so now you learned how to edit the candidate pages, the recruiter pages, as well as integrating Talk.js or MemberChat, or just using email as well. Okay, happy launching. Bye.